This is the story of a young boy born in a remote part of central Afghanistan, where there were no medical facilities or ways to get an education. That boy is me, by the way. I lived there for 6 years and moved to Pakistan, and it was there that I started school. I became interested in social activities and started working in a scientific and culture association for a year. I was around 14 years old at this time. In 2015, I decided to emigrate for my own safety. First, I moved to Iran. My journey began with the dangerous and legal trips from Quetta to one of the area on the border between Pakistan and Iran. We walked for 28 hours over many mountains. I was smuggled into Iran in a car with 16 other passengers. But after about 20 minutes, the police found us. We sprinted out. The police started firing at us. After about a minute of running, one of the other men was shot from behind. He fell to the ground on his face, and I still don't know what had happened to him. Eventually, we arrived at farm and asked if they had place for us to stay. It was from here that another smuggler came and collect us. A week later, we reached Tehran. After that, Turkey, Greece, North Macedonia, Serbia, Hungary, Austria, and Germany. Finally, I arrived by train in Sweden. It was November 2015. After a few days, I applied for asylum. To start, I feel little hope grow inside of me. A hope that should be peace and happiness for me. I began school in January 2017. And 5 months after this, the immigration office rejected my case. And the reasons they gave was the area I'm from is considered safe. So I felt so terrible after this decision, like falling from an airplane to the ground, knowing you are going to die but not sure when. I moved to the north of Sweden, a village 2 hours away, the nearest city. My lawyer appealed, but again I was rejected, and sometimes later it did happen for the third time. The only option left me was to live in secret. I couldn't go outside because there was always a chance to send me back at any time to home. I found it hard to even sit down or sleep because at any moment police could arrest me and send me back to Afghanistan. Around this time, I noticed something on my shoulder in roughly the same spot as I was injured during explosion. It was the size of golf ball. I went to the local medical center, but they told me it was just a fluke. Whatever it was, it didn't go away. After a 12th visit to the medical center, I managed to see a doctor at the city's central hospital. With a lot of effort, the doctor agreed to do an operation and remove it. By now, the lump had grown up the size of a tennis ball. The operation took 5 hours. I performed 1 week before the New Year 2019. I told the doctor whatever can be removed, I hope they should find as soon as possible. The doctor called me on the 14th of January 2019 and said if I could get the hospital for the next 2 hours. They would give me my test result. There were 2 doctors sitting in the room, a nurse who took notes. The one of doctor asked me question about my health, my relationship with my family, my life situation. They asked if any of my close family member had been diagnosed with cancer. I answered that no one had been or no one have now too. I thought they all questions related with my asylum case, and I thought they were trying to send me home back. The one of doctor told me the initial result showed the lump was malignant tumor called sarcoma. I need to go under chemotherapy as soon as possible. Both doctors talking about type of cancer and stage of treatment. I feel it wasn't happening to me. Like it couldn't be me who had cancer. I was total in denial. I was such a healthy person, although another part of me to believe the doctor. The doctor told me that I was going to be sent to Omeo for treatment. When the meeting had finished, the area outside was minus 23 degrees. But what I had heard left me feel as hot as volcano. I walked for 1.5 hours and find myself at the seashore, and I couldn't remember how I get there. It was all just like a dark dream. I underwent for a year a total 10 sessions of chemotherapy and 30 sessions of radiotherapy. During all of these periods of treatment, I experienced a lot of loneliness, pain and loneliness, especially until the third treatment, when I also had to struggle with not having residency. Having not residency. I did not inform my family about the illness because they were thousands of miles away from me. They could not do anything for me. It would just add to their worries. But I thought, you have nothing to lose. A strong and a fighting spirit can make a beautiful life even more beautiful. I thought about how hard I went for my life already. Making a new journey from one side of the world to the other side. Now I was a new journey. On the 14th of November, the doctor came into my room with a bright face and told me my test results were clear. And doctor told me I could decide whatever to do for the last chemotherapy or not. That it would be good for me if I get it. I told her that I will go definitely to take that one for last time to save my health. And I received my last chemotherapy on the 13th of December 2019. For the last 2 years, I have been celebrating my birthday on the 14th of November. I changed my birthday from 24 July to the 14th of November. I feel like I was born on that day again, and my life began again for me. I feel like a different person in so many ways after these all journeys. I want to help others, especially my people who are suffering, like girls, women in Afghanistan. You know what is situation there, and other minorities too. I'm a new journey to find how I can best serve these people. And I see it as my duty, to help as many people in the world. to respect themselves and increase their self-esteem. When a person does not respect themselves, there's not hope there should be respect for others too. And these all cases, all sorts of problem in our society. I would like to thank for everyone who helped me in my journey, including you are sitting in the audience, listen to my words. Thank you. My name is Raul.